Intuit has announced that they are shutting down their mint.com budgeting website, and that is very sad news for me as I have been religiously using Mint every other week for the past decade or so. With them shutting down soon, what could be a good replacement for it? There's a couple tools that I've looked at, but today we're going to concentrate on the free Empower money management tool provided by Personal Capital. So Mint has a lot of different features, but there's 6 key features that I found value in that I'm going to be comparing Empower with and see how it stacks up. Number 1 is the auto connection to banks. Mint was able to connect to pretty much all my banks, and I have a lot of different accounts. Empower connects to many different banks too. However, there's just one account that it doesn't have availability to connect to at this time. So it partially meets my needs, maybe 90% of my needs, but it will do for now. The number 2 feature is transaction tracking and automatic categorization of those transactions. I'm happy to find that both of these tools meet my needs. Mint did a really good job automatically categorizing what was coming in and what was coming out, whether it was for gas, groceries, entertainment, restaurants, and it was really rare that I had to go in and manually assign a category, and that really helps with my budgeting. And Empower does the same. And the transactions, you can view them all in one view for all accounts. You could break them out by accounts, by type of accounts, and you can even export them as a CSV file to work in a spreadsheet if that's helpful for you as well. The number 3 feature is an easy place to show what's in my accounts and what I owe. I would say the Empower app matches pretty much 100% of what Mint has. So it shows all the accounts in the same categories of checking and savings and credit and investments and loans, and also breaks it out into the individual accounts. So it's easy to see what I have in a bird's eye view. The 4th feature is a bills section. I think this might be my number 1 feature I use this tool for, to see what bills are coming due, especially since I have multiple accounts. Mint did this really well with an easy to use page. It was very straightforward of what was due, and it's pretty accurate. There was only a few times where it didn't connect to my bank account. I've learned from there, just definitely double check on the direct website or your direct bank statements, but this is helpful. And also Mint alerts were great in giving you a text message or an email saying a bill is due soon. Empower has this as well. However, it's not as straightforward. I find it more cluttered. They give a lot of accounts that don't have things due yet, and you kind of have to dig. You might have to sort by this column, minimum amount due column, and see if anything's over 0, and it's not as accurate. For instance, I know this one line is not accurate with my Chase account, and it shows that something is due. However, I closed this account a few weeks ago, and it should be reflected. So the accuracy is not as good. However, I do like that they have the bills section there. As far as the Empower app, it doesn't meet Mint's capabilities 100%. However, at the end of the day, I still do track my bills in a separate spreadsheet, and I have a video about that and a free template in the description as well if anybody's interested in seeing my bills due spreadsheet. The 5th feature is a budget tracking and categorization. Mint does this well again, where you're able to set up your budget and set up customized categories as well. They even have rollover features. If you are under your budget, it rolls over that extra amount to the next month. They even are able to break apart things that are due every quarter, like your water bill. And as the transactions come in, it accurately reflects if you're over or under that budget category. For the Empower app, they do show the categories of transactions. However, it could only set the total number budget for the entire month. You can't set up different categories for it. The 6th feature and last feature that I want to talk about that Mint had is the goal setting. Mint's goal setting was really useful. They set up for reaching emergency funds, planning travel, paying off different debts, or saving for a car. You were able to customize your spending goals or savings goals and link it to specific bank accounts to see how far along you are. You were even able to see what date you would complete that goal by. When looking through the Empower app, they do have some goal settings, but it is predetermined categories, and it looks like you can't customize your goal setting in this app. So it is lacking in that case. They do have a lot of analytics of how far along you are for the predetermined goals like emergency savings or retirement. However, beyond that, there's not a lot you can do. So out of those features, there are a couple things the Empower app does have that I didn't see in Mint. It does seem that the Empower app really focuses on investments tracking, which makes sense because they are an investments company and that is the product that they sell. But for the free tool, it actually has enough offered for me at this time. And so it's been my number one budgeting tool that I've been turning to outside of my manual spreadsheet. I'm going to be testing other apps like SoFi and others, namely the free ones, and so watch out for videos in the future for that.